What's going on, everybody? This is the Great Lakes sketch artist, better known as RGB, and in this video, I got a pretty large stack of art in front of me. I'm going to be going over every single sketch I've ever done on this YouTube channel, so be sure to enjoy. This is a 100% non-scripted video, so there's going to be a few flubs in this, as you can probably tell. I got very tired near the end, so bear with me here. This video is over an hour long, so if you need an hour worth of me in your life, here's your cure, I guess. All right, into the video. All right, first and foremost, I'm going to be looking at the 4 60-second stand sketch cards I did. This includes 2 from part 3, 1 from part 5, and 1 from part 8. So no particular order, let's just do these. So this is the White Album card I did, and it's okay. I included the Miata because I know Gaucho drives a Miata in the show, but other than that, I don't really... It's not bad, but in my opinion, and I had a few people tell me this, there's just too much going on. And also, apparently there's like a huge ink stain. I don't remember that being there, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good-looking card. It's okay. I mean, the point of these was to draw them in the style of trading or tarot cards, like Magician's Red right here. This one I drew in the style of the Magician Tarot card, and you can see that on this side of the screen right here. I like how this one turned out. I think this one turned out a lot better than the Wonder of You card, which I tried to do the coloring the whole thing, but it did not really turn out well, in my opinion. This is probably my least favorite card of the 4. And for those worried, I do plan on doing more of these. I would like to do more, but I've been busy with doing like digital circus stuff, drawing YouTubers. And I recently saw Smokey B herself actually commented on the Smokey B video, which is too cool. I love that. This is the Star Platinum card, the first one I did. And in my opinion, this is the gold standard of what the card should look like. I want to do more like this. And eventually, I am going to do all of them. It's going to take a long time, but this pack of 4 will eventually become like... There will be so many I could probably just do like a whole video on them, but that won't be for a while. All right, now the next thing in our stack, some weird-looking faces. Is there anything on the back? No, there's not. This is the Great Lakes Sketch Hub Discord sketch. Yeah, I'm not kidding when I said I was showing off everything. You can get that right. There we go. I literally made this for advertising my Discord server, the Great Lakes Sketch Hub. I'll take the time to talk about it now. We are almost at 100 members, so if you want to join the server, be sure to do so. The 100th person to join will get a special role on the server. That's pretty much all this sketch existed to do, and that's all this paper was used for. The reason why it's ripped out of the book is probably for that reason. Now we're getting into our first book. Now, a lot of these books are not filled in their entirety, and I'll be going over its content in just a second, but there are about 15 books maybe, and they all range from how full they are. There's like maybe 1 or 2 that are about halfway full, and then maybe only 1 that are completely full. I have dozens of these books lying around my house, so I had to track them all down, but I'm about 90% sure I got everything. So let's go over the book that just says Mess Around on it. This section will be brief. The Mess Around book only has one thing drawn in it, and that's my calligraphy attempt. And I do want to do more with this because I thought this turned out really well. Now, this is the word "the" from SpongeBob written in the same title format, whatever you want to call it. But I was pretty proud of how this one turned out. It did really well on the channel too, which makes me want to do more calligraphy for that reason. This next thing isn't a sketch. I just felt like showing it off because it's an added bonus. I was at Five Below a couple of years ago, and I found this JoJo's Bizarre Adventure magnet. It's really hard to find JoJo merch in the States, so when I find it, I try to seize it as quickly as possible. This right here is the book that essentially put this channel on the map. This is the original JoJo book, and this is going to be a long one. We're going through it in its entirety. Now, a lot of these sketches you won't be able to see on my channel anymore because what YouTube did is that a lot of these early sketches are limited, unfortunately. I think the earliest one you can find is like the Adam sketch. But this right here is the first sketch ever done on this YouTube channel. It looks really bad, but honestly, it did what it had to do for this channel to work. We immediately have it followed up by Speedwagon, Zeppeli, The Frog, and Part 1 Dio, which, Yeah, he's seen better days, and I like to think I've gotten slightly better with my proportions at this point. Up here, we have Bruford, which I know in the localized version is named Bluford, but we got Wamu, we got Adam. This is probably the earliest sketch a lot of people will find. I've had a few people say, oh, it's RGB's first sketch. Technically, yes, it's the first one you can find, but if you want the original, it's this one right here. Now, for those worried, I actually still do have the original pen I used to make a lot of these. And here, this is when you can see like when the channels start to really skyrocket. So we have Strazo, and hot take, but I prefer his localized name over his actual name. We've got the GOAT Danny, George, and Dario. You can tell when I used the anime as my reference picture and when I used the manga, because two vastly different art styles. All right, here we go. Now we got some good ones. We've got Ton Petty. Amato, named after somebody in REO Speedwagon. Inspector Archer, who really just looks like Ben Franklin. Poco. And Doobie. This is probably my favorite sketch from the first book, just because of how well it turned out. And on this page, we have Poco's sister, who, looking back, I just now realized doesn't actually have a name. I don't know who's who, but we have Paige, Jones, Plant, and Bonham. I don't know who's who in this, though, but this is back when I got 100 subscribers, and I think this was probably mid-January. On this page, this is when I started to do more fan requests that weren't just part 1. So here we have Coco Jumbo and part 5 Polnareff. Josefumi. Now, funny thing about this sketch, I don't think the comment's there anymore, but if it is, it'll be somewhere up here. I asked people what they wanted me to draw, and they said Josefumi. So I did this sketch, and I thought it turned out pretty well. Even now, it still holds up. It's fairly decent. Someone left a comment saying, hey, I just want to know, how old are you? Because this looks bad, but it's okay if you're young. So I didn't want to say my age out of just embarrassment. Here's Iggy, and I'm still not the best at drawing animals, but I do think this one turned out pretty well. All right, on this page we have Father Styx, and this is just proof right here that I was drawing every single character. We have Jack the Ripper, Arena, and Tarkus. If I don't have a lot of commentary, it's because I got like 53 more pages left to go through, and this is already going to be a very lengthy video. Okay, we've got Stray Cat, Polnareff, Cabbage, and Stark. For some reason, this video was limited to 2. I don't know why. I didn't pick which ones were like limited. I think it's because it had the JoJo Part 1 theme song in them. Here we have Tattoo, and you can see I spelled his name wrong, but fun fact, in JoJo's Phantom Blood musical, which is a real thing, you should check it out, it's fantastic, his name is actually changed to Cronin, who is the lead singer of REO Speedwagon, who I mentioned previously. Dave Amato was the name of the guitarist, if you were curious. Okay. I forgot the exact order I drew these characters, so getting jump scared by Tequila Joseph is always a great surprise. We have Wang Chan and Dyer, and a hot take, I don't like Dyer. I don't think he's a good character. He did give us the Thundercross split attack in part 1, but I mean, he was literally just created to immediately die. And he's gotten more screen time in this video, this very YouTube video, than he has in the entire part 1 anime. And that is not sarcasm, that is absolute fact. We have Tequila Joseph right here. And you can see this book is pretty old. Some of the pages are starting to fall out, but I do plan on having all these pages digitally scanned at some point in the future. Here we have Gaucho, who I've drawn twice, including the White Album sketch. Arabia Fats. The first sketch I actually drew upside down. Santana and AC/DC. You can tell that when I drew these, I didn't have like a reference. So like right here, you can actually see where the original eye was going to be, and then I realized, wait a minute, that doesn't look good at all. So I moved it down a little bit. I think I actually said that in the video too, and also this is a 300 subs milestone. And this is AC/DC. Not much else to say about it. It was just kind of cool to see my portfolio of sketches constantly growing. All right, now I have some different ones. Like I said, a lot of the pages are actually falling out. So we've got Smokey, Loggins and Messina, which I recently found out is a pop duo, which I thought was, I should have known that it's JoJo, but still. Pudgy Valentine and Lisa. I think this is like one of the first videos that actually really took off. It got like 4,000 views, which back then was like insane for me. All right, on this page, I started to show my love for the best JoJo part ever in the entire universe, Steel Ball Run, and Chocolata. I think I pronounced his name wrong both times. I think I said it Chicolata, but I think it's Chocolata, because his name's Italian for chocolate. We got Blackmore and his mask, and then we have Cracked Out Gyro and Cracked Out Johnny. I do plan on remastering these sketches eventually, including one that's on here. Oh, nope, it's not coming up yet, but there is one JoJo sketch that I can't actually show because it's a graduation card, and I'll just take the time to add it right here. So pretend there's a sketch on screen, right? I made this Diego Brando remastered sketch for a coworker who was a huge JoJo fan who was graduating, and I was like, you know what? I'll just make a quick JoJo sketch. I posted it, and it went huge. You'll see the original Diego sketch, which I'm not very proud of, and I'll show you guys in a little bit. So you'll see it side by side in just a few minutes. Here's probably my second favorite sketch, and this is the Pulpo sketch. I could have easily fit like maybe 1, 2, 3 more characters on this page, but I thought it would be way funnier if I just had Pulpo taking up an entire page to himself. I've had people say this looks like I traced it, and I promise you, I don't trace or anything else, but I take it as a compliment because of how well it looks. All right, now we have, here's the original Diego. And here he is next to the new one, like right here-ish. So you can see kind of where things kind of, improve. Wow, okay. This isn't scripted if you couldn't tell. But I'd like to think that I definitely improve with the Diego sketch because this is just... it's relic of its time, I'll just say that. We've got Ringo Road Again, which I do like this sketch, but I do like doing full body. We got Cars. Started off promising. I don't know what's going on with that hand, but if I ever did plan on remastering a sketch, it would probably be Cars because, I don't know, I just feel like I could definitely do better. But I don't want to be too hard on myself because, like I said, this is just me learning how to draw. I never took any formal art classes like in college or whatever. Here's everyone's favorite German soldier. Yeah, there we go. Rudolf von Stroheim. And this one I made a full body sketch. This one I'm very proud of. You can see everything going on here, and I think it turned out really well. And the arms are a little messed up, but I think compared to what we just saw, it's way better. Okay. Here's Gappy. I didn't actually read part 8 at this point yet. Here's Carne, who also has more screen time in this video than the entire anime. And here's Owasuke. I remember I got so many requests for Owasuke, and I didn't know what he was because I didn't read part 8 at that point. I thought he was like a hyena or something, but... and now we got the goofy looking ones. So we got the funniest Valentine. We got Donovan. And we got Caesar. Caesar, I could have done better on it, but I feel like that's just falling on deaf ears, constantly repeating it so many times. But I feel like if I cringe at my old art, it means that I'm definitely doing better. Okay. We got Wired Beck right here, funniest villain in part 2. We got Tusk as a refrigerator. It was like, do the pink refrigerator. I was like, I don't know what that means, but okay, whatever my viewers want. Here's the first Wonder Review sketch. Again, a lot of the Joe Jolien sketches in this book were done before I actually read part 8. We got Joe Cujo. Not much more to say there. And then, for some reason on this page, I decided to be lazy, and I only did 2 sketches. But we've got Mark and George Joestar II, and I think he was the last of the Battle Tendency characters. And, yeah, okay, here we go. Oh, I forgot about Suzy Q. So we got Joda, because everybody wanted to see that. And then Daniel J. Darby kicked off our Part 3 cast with his cat. I don't expect people to be watching this far into the video, but We got Jotaro and Star Platinum right here. Jotaro does look a little off. He's another one that I plan on remastering. And then we got the Oingo Boingo brothers drawn in their iconic art style. I also have Toth right here. So here's the thing. There are some JoJo stands that are just going to be like darn near impossible to transfer into a trading card. Because how the heck am I supposed to draw Kanum? Am I just going to draw his morphing face like this? I mean, I don't know. I might just do it like that. Now on this page, we've got... So, okay, hang on, quick story. This sketch never received a video. I made a post on it saying, hey, guys, listen, I'm not very proud of this. I don't really like it all that much. If you guys want me to post it, I will, but I just opted not to do it. It's based off of this meme right here, okay? And it's supposed to be the Speedwagon workers from part 3, shown here. And I tried combining the two, and it just didn't turn out. It just looks awful, and I didn't really like it, so I decided not to post it. Right next to it, a person who I like to call the most bizarre recommender named Deja LinkFan20000 mix that up. LinkFan20000 is the recommender. Deja Maker is the character. There we go. He's left a few comments on the videos. Haven't seen him around in a bit. So LinkFan, if you're still a fan, let me know, man. Give me more characters to draw. We got Shigeshi, although this is his other name. I don't know how to pronounce that, though. I'm sorry. I drew a harvest. And I remember someone said in a Q&A video that I should draw all 500 harvests. So I'll tell you what. If this video gets 500 likes, I'll draw all 500 harvests. How's that sound? Death 13 and Manish Boy. This was, I'm not even kidding, episode 69 of the drawing series of like 155. And my original pen died at this point. And I still have that pen. It's just, I have it tucked away so I don't lose it. But it died, ironically, when I was drawing the Scythe of Death 13. So I took that as a sign that it was time for the pen to go. So it is dead now, but a bunch of other pens have since taken its place. But I do find it kind of fitting that it died when drawing Death itself. Now we have the villains page. We have Yoshikage Kira, which looks, yeah, not the best because of the eyes. Diavolo, which, yeah, I mean, if you don't look at it for too long. I should stop being so hard on myself. I was proud of these back then. We've got part 3 Dio right here and Enrico Pucci. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people haven't seen these because I was like grinding these out, man. Like I'd be getting like 2 to 3 done a day, and they would range from getting a couple hundred views to like over 1,000. Like for example, this video has 6,000 views. This video has barely 600. It just kind of goes to show the juxtaposition of two videos. This is the turning point in the series when I started using reference picture or like drawing like a little crosshair and drawing proportions. Ignore this one for now. So this is the first one where I tried using it, and you can kind of tell. I think it turned out really well, and it just kind of shows the turning point of when my sketches started. The Speedwagon Field Agent from one of those JoJo games. LinkFan also recommended this one, but I don't remember what game it comes from. We got Forever the Monkey. And a little detail I like to hide in a lot of my sketches is my initials. I don't do it in all of them, and you won't find it in a lot of the older ones, but if you notice in some of my videos, I'll hide RGB somewhere in this one. Not this one, though. You don't gotta look. But I'll hide my initials in there sometimes. Now we got the greatest JoJo girl to ever exist. Like I said, it's kind of my thing now where I like hot pants a little too much. I'm really excited to see her in the anime, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, now we've got... You can immediately tell there's like a huge upgrade compared to the ones you saw 6 minutes ago. So we've got Risotto, and you can tell this is kind of when I started using color in some of my sketches. Like here's Kakyoin, here's Scatola, here's another one LinkFan recommended, and here's Alessi, which no comment on him. Now you're going to notice at this point the pages are going to start looking like a little warped, and that's due to the fact that I accidentally spilled water on them. Yeah, I know, I almost had a mini heart attack. And a lot of these pages are coming out. Oh my goodness. This is a really old sketchbook too. I've had this for almost a full year. You got Pet Shop, which I think looks good for not knowing how to draw a bird. You got ZZ, which this was the one I drew with Car Pen. And the car, sadly, the wheel came off the car pen, so I don't use it anymore, but I still have it. We got Avdol, and we've got D4C, or Filthy Acts at a Reasonable Price, or Dimes for Crimes, or $20 is $20. I'll stop now. All right. Yeah, see, look, all these pages are coming up. This is Sugar Mountain. I believe this was made the day of the anime announcement or the day before. One of those two. We've got Rubber Soul with Yellow Temperance. We've got Theory's favorite character, Sloop John B. We've got Narashia. And this is where my second pen died. Fun fact, the only JoJo death that made me actually cry. Yeah, out of all of them, it was Narashia's. I don't know why. Here we go. We've got Whole Horse with Emperor. This is him with a gun. I don't have like a lot of commentary for all of these, so I'm trying to just keep it brief because this is the stack I have left, and we're only on like book number 1. We've got Sheila E. No, it is not a dirty sketch. Get your mind out of the gutter. I only did the top half of her body, and this is like a really flowy shirt. Here's what she actually looks like, and that's the sketch. If you don't recognize that character, she's in the book Purple Haze Feedback, which is actually getting an official English dub soon. So I'm going to be getting that when it comes out. Here's Shizuka Joestar, specifically from the Fading Lights fan manga, which I've discussed before on this channel. Here's Bruno Bucciarati, and in the Shizuka video, a buddy of mine who's just now getting into JoJo, he's only on part 2, so please don't spoil it for him. He did not know how to pronounce his name. So it was just good times all around with that. Now we are nearing the end of this book. We are almost done. We have Joji Joestar, and I don't know how they'll feel about me saying their name, but Lee, if you're watching this, yeah, I remember Joji Joestar. I never read George Joestar the book though, but I drew him. We got Grey Fly and Tower of Grey, where it says Massacre on the wall. And then we got Rohan. And I got a story for these two, and I'm going to make this quick, because this is almost 15 minutes long. For the longest time, LinkFan20,000 wanted me to draw the green and blue-haired students. I could never find them. I was not able to find them for the longest time, and then one day I was in a Discord call on the Great Lakes Sketch Hub. You should join, by the way. I'll stop. And Cool Burger Vince, that's who that is, found them for me. Posted these pictures, I did these sketches, and I was so excited. So those are the green and blue hair students, and now Cool Burger Vince is forever immortalized in this video and in my sketchbook. And this is the final sketch of book number 1. I promise the other ones are not nearly as long. So I drew the world and a to be continued arrow, because it was like a really big deal that I finished the first book. And that's JoJo book number 1. It took me almost 20 minutes to get through one book. A lot of the pages are falling out. I do plan on properly archiving it soon, but this book put me on the map. And even though these sketches aren't the best, this book will always hold a special place in my heart just because of how special it is. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. On to the next book. These will all be a lot shorter, I promise. This is the PFP's book, a series that I plan on bringing back very soon, because for the YouTuber series, I don't want to draw every single person that requests it. But if I do them in groups of 10 or so in the comments, then I can just do your profile pictures. Obviously, it will be virtually impossible to draw every single YouTuber on YouTube because, well, no, I'm just not doing that. But if you see yourself in this book, then you get a free shout out. I'm not going to name all the names. I'm just going to show all the profile pictures I've drawn. A lot of these people are subscribed to the channel, and a lot of them just said, yo, draw me. And I was just like, okay. So we've got quite a few here. And I did this because I just felt like, you know, when I first started doing YouTube about 10, 11 years ago, I thought it was the coolest thing ever, where people would just get their own shout outs and stuff. So for smaller YouTubers or people that might not be able to get shout outs under the channels to be recognized or highlighted on my drawing videos, this is a blank page I haven't done yet. The idea of that always stuck with me, and it was something I wanted to do to show my viewers I truly appreciate them. This is the first one. The page came up, but I still have it. And here's everyone that I've drawn so far. This is Cool Burger Vince, by the way. And this is Link Fam. This is the most bizarre recommender next to a few other people. Like Igster is a well-known person on this channel. Noah Renshaw, Bread Boy. I think the Real Gaucho was shown earlier. Somewhere on this bit. Well, you know what? There's somewhere. You can take my word for it. You know, I feel like I'm going insane trying to find everyone in this book, but that's everybody in the profile picture book because I have not drawn everybody yet. And I think this is just math homework. Yeah, this is just... Here's my math homework, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to college. Trying to become an electrician is kind of fun because you get to do all this. Factor trees. Gotta love it. Stay tuned for more math. The fun part of these videos is when I get to find out what the book is without actually getting to know what the book is. So we're going to find out together. 1, 2. Oh, okay. So this is going to be super duper short. This is just like a free-for-all book. We've got the art block from the art block video a couple of shorts ago where I just said, I have art block, recommend things to draw. And then this was the top comment winner. I drew Pesci for the Real Gaucho's boyfriend, I believe. I think that's who it was. And they have appeared in this video quite a few times already. So that's cool. If you've been mentioned on this video, leave a comment, please. I like my viewers. All right. Next book. I don't know what this is. I think this is the YouTuber one. I think... Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, it is. Okay, so... I get jump scared by this book every time I open it because it's just Mr. Beast in the Meat Canyon art style. Originally, I wanted to do his entire crew, but I was just like, no, I'm not doing that. So I skipped this page because it kind of bled through, but I'll be going back and editing. No, it's paper. Okay. The Royal Pair did not actually count on their video, but the offer still stands if they ever comment on it. Smokey Bee, on the other hand, did leave a comment on her video, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I thought it was cool that the first time I tried out like the new alcohol-based markers, someone left a comment, and I thought that was really cool. And you can see that's like the markers bleed through, which is unfortunate. So I just use these to like test colors. This is the sketch I did for Technoblade, and that was the only one where I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do like the whole like and subscribe spiel. I didn't want to come off as, you know, heartless or anything like that. So Technoblade is a legend that will always live on because legends never die. And you can see like where it kind of bleeds through. The line, when it looks lineless, it does look pretty cool. And then I drew Lauren's side. And this is the first time I actually drew a picture using a real person's face as the reference. And there's nothing else after this. I will be doing a few more, so this will be updated very soon. So stay tuned for that. But I was pretty proud of how this turned out. I think the fact that I've drawn, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 YouTubers, and one of them has commented. That's pretty good. That's 20% of everybody. I still think that's impressive. We are quickly going through this stack. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. So we've got JoJo Book 2, which isn't finished yet. So, oh, geez, I don't know what happened here. But let's just go for it. Yeah, okay. Hopefully you guys like the sound of my voice and relaxing background music. So this is Jonathan Joestar Remastered. This was not the 100th episode I did. That honor goes to Jodio. But I did this because I originally wasn't going to film this book. And this is the only one that doesn't have a video where I'm drawing it. I just made it. I was like, hey, what if I just draw Jonathan again? And I think it turned out phenomenally. I even gave it a pop of color. Danny the Rat, a character I initially insulted, immediately regretted it because the Danny the Rat fandom attacked me. So I apologized and still do. Danny the Rat is the GOAT. Don't ever diss him. Episode 100 is Jodio Joestar. If you're curious, I think we're about 156 JoJo videos in. We got Remote Romance, which is the IRL JoJo stand. And on this page, we got a few more characters. You will notice the quality increased dramatically. Okay, we've got Mikitaka, which I drew in a doctor's office waiting room. We got Anubis, which is the first time I ever tried drawing a dog. Soundman. His name is Soundman, not Sandman. That's his, I bastardizing. That's not a bad word. If it is, I apologize. Hey everyone, this is post-production RGB. I actually looked it up. In the context in which I use this word, it isn't necessarily the worst word to say, but it's not exactly the nicest word either. So do me a favor and don't go repeating this one. Thanks a bunch. Alright, back to the drawings. We've got Foo Fighters, the stand and human form. I know this is not what Foo Fighters is. I know Foo Fighters is the person, but I wanted to draw both because this is before I came up with the Stan Sketches series. Alright, this is around the time where I finished JoJolion. Can you tell? This is Angelo as the Rock Man. And see, like here you can see the RGB thing. Like I said, just go back on like a bunch of my older sketches. You will find this. You got Radio Gaga, live action Rohan. I think this is the last Link fan recommendation. Do da da da, obla di obla da, life goes on. Yeah, there's like a lot of songs here, but this was probably the best fight in JoJolion. And obla di obla da was okay. Now it becomes very obvious that I finished part 8. We've got Kei Nishimura, aka Female Jotaro, aka probably one of my favorite characters from part 8. I would say, like, there's the RGB thing again. I really wish they did more with her. The neck kind of looks off, but I mean, I don't know. If you do this, it kind of looks funny, but I don't think it looks too bad. I plan on remastering that one at some point too. We've got Doppio with the frog. Here's one of the Easter eggs. He says, "Boss, where are you?" And then it says, "Book 1, page 23. You probably weren't counting. Can't say that I blame you. That is the page that Diavolo is on. He's on the 23rd page. I think you see that again when I draw Toru. Then you got Vanilla Ice. This video exploded. I think it has like 15,000 views. And then you got the rats. And the sand rat. And apparently these are 2 different rats. And that is probably the most times I've ever said the word rat in one sentence. Here we go. Okay, now we're getting to some really good ones. We've got all 11 men right here. I'll count them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 there. Trust me. With Tattoo You. Yeah, see, I even put yes, I counted. See, like, RGB is cool. There's just like a ton of little Easter eggs. If you guys just go back and watch the videos, then you'll notice them. You got Cameo, which was a part 3 character. And then you got Niddler, which was also a part 3 character. And I think this was the first sketch I did like in complete color. Like the Kakuin sketch had color on it, but I didn't like color his face or anything else like that. But I'll still probably how that one turned out. There's some with color that you'll see very, very soon. The next page, this is probably some of the best work I've done. So you got Okuyasu from part 4, Kira from part 8, and see, he also says the part thing. Toru, Experience Calamity, Book 1, page 18. When I posted this on Reddit, someone asked what that meant, and I posted that as a response, so that's kind of where that came from. Fugo right here, I think this is some of my best work right here, if I had to say. But we haven't even gotten to the best sketch I've done yet. This is the entire Bohemian Rhapsody saga, I guess. You can kind of tell I got really tired near the end because you can just kind of tell. But I mean, this was a lot of fun to draw, and the payout was so worth it because this is just like an entire scene right here. Ironically, I did forget the stand user Ungalo. I haven't drawn him yet. There's still quite a few part 6 characters I haven't done, but I did get put back, and I think that should count for something. My throat is starting to hurt from talking. We got Jobin. This is kind of just not my best work. We got Enya. Mista, which I do like this one a lot. I think this one turned out really well. Especially the hand with the gun. I think I did really well on that because I have problems drawing hands. I drew Dragona, and I think somewhere in this stack, but don't quote me on this, my friend's Dragona drawing is also in there. But I don't know if it's still there. Okay, here we go. The first Pesci drawing I did, Shadow Diavolo, which I got a bunch of requests to do him, so even though it's a different character, I decided to do it. Imposter Captain Tennille, which is not how you pronounce his name, by the way. It's pronounced Imposter Captain Tennille. I've seen Hamon Beat pronounce it wrong. I've seen a bunch of JoJo fans pronounce it wrong, not to single anybody out. It's Captain Tennille, just like the band Captain and Tennille. All right? Small rant over. The sketch looks fantastic, but we are still not at my absolute favorite. We've got Philston Willips and Crazy Diamond. And I drew this the night I went to a Pink Floyd tribute concert. And I think I do point that fact out. The lower body looks kind of bad, but like if you just look at this top part, it does look pretty good. Fun fact about Philston Willips. I was in Oklahoma, and I was at the Hard Rock Cafe, Casino, and Hotel. Wilson Phillips, the duo, the band was playing there that night, and in the parking lot, Roundabout was playing. Biggest JoJo coincidence ever. Here we go. We got Mountain Tim with his stand, Oh Lonesome Me. That's kind of it. Face looks a little off, but I mean, it's still pretty good. And then we have Soundman's stand in a silent way. And this thing took me hours. Like almost 3 hours was dedicated to just that one sketch. But I still think it turned out phenomenally, and it was well worth it. Here we go. My absolute favorite sketch I have ever done is this one right here. This one took me 5 hours. 5 hours worth of content. Just condensed, crushed down into 1 minute worth of video. You got Jay Guile and Disuko. This is kind of where I hit my dry spell on YouTube. Like, there's some, like... The Jesus Christ sketch got like 10,000 views. The Scary Monsters video got like, I want to say 800. And then the D4C Love Train video barely got 400. I don't know what happened. I think I was shadow banned, but we are so back now. We're almost done with this sketchbook, folks. Giorno, who doesn't look terrible, but could be better. Mariah. And then this is kind of where I bounce back with the channel. We got Akira right here, and I drew him playing Eddie Van Halen's guitar. And if you know the name of this guitar, I have a lot of respect for you. All right, we are almost near the end of this. We have Ninbo with, at the time, I didn't know the name of the stand, but it's 200 balloons, Weather Report, and Axl Rowe in Civil War. And fun fact, the Crimson King, who runs the channel Transfinity Boys, we're working on doing a collab together, did the narration for this video. We were sitting in a Discord call. I said, hey, you want to do the voiceover? He's like, okay. So that's where that came from. We've got Jolene, Rei Mamizuku. Okay, so I was on a road trip when I drew these next ones. So I was in Springfield, Illinois when I drew Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do. And Damo and Vitamin C were drawn separately. So I drew Vitamin C in Eureka, Missouri. We get to this page. I drew Charming Man in Lebanon, Missouri. And I drew Pork Pie Hat Kid and Mrs. Robinson in Joplin. By the time I drew Dea, I was back in Michigan, which is where I live. Don't try to find me. Here we have Abacchio with his stand Moody Blues, which you can kind of see RGB 3000 because that's when I hit, or no, 4300. I'm sorry, 4300. That's when I hit that milestone. And then we have, we have the last sketch as of right now, and that is Trish. And I think this one turned out really well because I really like the color on it. I know I kind of sound like a broken record, but this one definitely turned out the best so far. So that is every JoJo sketch I have done that I have access to. I still got a very large stack of paper left, so get comfortable. This is definitely just like a have this video on in the background while you're doing homework or something type video because, I don't know. Cuphead brought this channel new life, and I think that's fantastic. So, let's see what we've got. The first sketches were of the Root Pack. I added the radish later because people told me I forgot. We've got Werner Werman and the other cat. I forgot its name. If I forget their names, I apologize. We've got Goopy Legrand's all 3 stages, Cal Maria, and Chef Saltbaker. I actually haven't beaten that DLC yet, by the way. We've got the Devil, who's shiny because I drew him with a pencil, and King Dice. We've got Cagney Carnation and his knockout animation, which this terrified me when I was younger. I don't know why. We got Grim Matchstick, who's just kind of here by himself. Someone told me that I color like a 5th grader, And honestly, you know, Jeff Foxworthy had a show about being smarter than a 5th grader. I can't confirm that I am, but I can tell you with almost 100% confidence, I probably am not. I don't know where I got that rant from. I just remembered a comment that I got. Wally Warbles, you know, oh my gosh. I don't know why I waste so much paper space. I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to do these sketches with like all the minions and everything else, because just drawing the boss is fine. But like, people want me to draw all the characters, like Cuphead, Mugman, and the Chalice Girl. See, RGB is back, because that was just kind of like mental funk during that point in time. Jimmy the Great and Hildeberg, like, these look good, but it would have been cool if I did every single phase, which I might go back and do, honestly. Here we have Dr. Cal's robot, and there's nothing else after this, because my pen actually broke when I was doing this, and I made it way too high, so here's Ribby and part of Croaks, but that doesn't count. So that's the last full Cuphead sketch in this book, but I do plan on doing more. This stack is getting larger, and this one's getting smaller, and that's what I'm working towards. Real quick, though, I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because both of these only have 1 picture each in them. This is when I drew Buddha from Record of Ragnarok, because I got like a bunch of spam requests to do it. This is friend sketches. Originally, I wanted to leave this at the commons area of my community college and just say, hey, if you're an artist, feel free to draw something in here. Then I realized I don't trust people, so I decided not to do that. And my friend, there we go. My friend drew this. I think it looks good. That's 2 more sketchbooks done. Are these zebras annoying to look at yet? Let's look at the big book. These are my first attempts at drawing digital circus characters. You can tell I just kind of gave up with that attempt, and is a very energetic looking cane. I feel like I may as well just show everything in these books. Here we have the Phantom Express. We got Eyeball Guy, Skeleton Man, Lightning Lollipops, and Evil Train. And this is when I got 3,200 subscribers. This, yeah, you can kind of tell it just kind of like shrinks, but I still think this turned out phenomenally. And if I could go back and color it for a video, I would. I think there's like a few JoJo Easter eggs here, like if my camera will focus, like Giorno and Josuke, using RGB on the side there. I got a few complaints saying that I talk about JoJo too much in non-JoJo videos, so I tried to avoid doing that. We've got the alcohol guys. I don't know their names. The poker chip guy, cigar man, the domino dudes, horse person, drunk bunny rabbit, scary 8-ball, monkey, and Russian roulette lady. You know, those are their new names, actually. I just made them up now. And you can see, like, sometimes it'll bleed through. Like, I don't know what that is. Like an electrical tennis racket? It's like a guitar? I don't know. The guitar. No, it's not a guitar. Oh my gosh, I can't talk tonight. Sometimes the markers will bleed through, so I'd have to go to the next page. And here's the Moonshine Mob. I don't know any of their names. Here's Mr. Snail, Anteater, and I'm not naming the rest. And here's where I originally tried to draw the Anteater, but I messed up. I made his eyes too far apart, so I just did this, and now it looks like he has like a small crick in his neck. But yeah, this video right here got me a lot of views and a lot of new eyes on this channel. This is the entire main digital circus cast. Also, if you were curious, Ragatha is my favorite, with Kinger being a close second. So I drew Pomni, Zubul, Jax, Gangle, Kinger, Kane, Bubble, and Ragatha. That video did super well, so I said, you know what, I'm going to draw more characters. So I drew Gummy Goo, Sun and Moon, Queenie, Disappearing Guy, an abstracted character, Kaufmo, and an ass of Yu and Ming. And that video got about 10,000 views, so I said, you know what, I'll do one more. And I said if that video got like 600 likes or whatever, so I drew Ribbit, Evil Pomni, Maid Jax, Zephyr, and the Gloink guys. And I haven't done more Digital Circus, although I probably should, because they're fun characters to draw. When episode 7 drops, I'll draw new characters. How's that sound? Nothing on this page, because like I said, the markers bleed through, but the lineless art does look pretty cool. And okay, here we go. This is the last sketch in this book. You can tell this is just where I test out markers, but this was the most recent one I did in this book, and this is Baroness von Bonbon And those are all the candy minions she has. Is there anything after this? No, it's not. But this is everything. And the castle was so much fun to draw because he has such a cool design. I like Pac-Man, Gobstopper. Cupcake guy I could take or leave, but I like the waffle. I think my favorite is probably the waffle or the Gobstopper. So that's the big boy book right there. All of a sudden, my stack just got a lot more manageable. This will be another quick one. I didn't do much One Punch Man. Here's Saitama and Genos. And, yeah, they're okay. These videos didn't do very well, so I kind of took the hint that people didn't really want One Punch Man on this channel. This is my friend's sketch, and he did a phenomenal job with it. And I think that's all. Yeah, okay, so my friend's sketch, 1,000,000,000 times better than mine ever wished they could be. Now we have Throwback Thursday, a series that I am probably going to end up bringing back at some point. And this is just where every Thursday I drew classic cartoon characters. So, however many characters are in here, it took that many weeks for it to be filled up. So you got Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Wile E. Coyote, the Roadrunner, and Popeye the Sailor Man. You got Scooby-Doo, the Pink Panther, and the white guy. I don't know if you know his name, tell me, and I'll pin it in the comments. Felix the Cat and Donald Duck. And I mentioned the thing about Finland in this video. He's not banned there. And people from Finland were like, oh yeah, he ain't banned here. I don't know what you're on about. So thank you, Finland, for coming in clutch. So that's all the characters in that book. I will likely be bringing this back if there's enough support for it. This is the part where I feel very tired. My throat is killing me, by the way. I've been to like 4 concerts over the weekend. I am drained. Pokemon. All right, here we go. This isn't every Pokemon. Don't worry. I got everything, but this is a good chunk of them. We got Mimikyu. Dratini is Mario for some reason. Dragonair. And Dragonite male person. Oh, delivery service. There we go. Magikarp and Gyarados, which I put a little pop of color in. If I could go back, I'd probably just make him blue. I don't know why I didn't do that. We've got my favorite object line in Pokemon, as well as the Gummy-Goo line. No. Goomy line. All the names just sound the same after a while. We got Voltorb and Electrode. The reason why this is shaded is because I colored this in wrong. And this reminds me of Poland Ball. If you want me to draw Poland Ball, sure. Sorry, I'm just very tired. Okay. Gibble, Gabite, and Garchomp. All 28 unknowns. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. You know the alphabet, I hope. Oh, jeez. I forget what I draw sometimes and I get jump scared. Okay, so we got Necrozma. I still have trouble pronouncing that name. We got a very excited looking Wooper. And we got Quagmire, the Quagsire. This is the curse. I don't know why I did that to myself. We got Clodsire right here. And he's having a good time. He has like a little drink right there in his hand. And a Jester hat. And now we got... Why did I draw so many of them having milkshakes? The Ditto video, which barely got any views. I think it got like 250. Grimer and Muck. You see, it's cool because I made his hand the K. That requires 300 IQ to understand. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, this is when I did 100 Pokemon for 100 subscribers, or for 1,000 subscribers. Just to kind of give you a timeline of the channel. I know these are all sorts out of order, but like, yes, you can count. There's all 100 here. I'm not going to, count them for you, but they are there. We got Mario for March 10th, and we got Rayquaza. This video did very well. And then we've got Quincy oh gosh, why am I blanking on his name? No, not Purloin. That's a different one. You know what? It'll come back to me, but I cannot think of his name right now. But that's a request I did for a viewer who had a Pokemon of this type. I can't remember the name, named Quincy. And this is Citadel and whatever it evolves into. We got Rockruff and its 3 evolutions. I just did the arrow because I didn't feel like drawing them all out. And we've got, I think that's supposed to be a Mudkip. I just forgot to finish it. Bronzor and Bong Bong. The Bong Bong saga came from, I think, Gary Gaming. I could be wrong on that. They wanted me to draw Bong Bong from Limbus Company. I thought they spelled Bronzong wrong, so my stupid self drew him, thinking, oh yeah, I did it. And they're like, no, you did it wrong. I was like, no. Here's 100 Pokemon. Again, I thought I did 50 in the first one, but I guess I did 100 twice. So there are 100 here. Like 67% done. I don't understand the 6-7 name, by the way. Just have to throw it out there. I think there's one that says like 75. Like there's like a bunch of unknowns when I got lazy, but there's 50. I don't see the 75 marker. That might not even be a thing. Okay. Baneri and Lopunny. You people need help. That's all I'm going to say. I drew these guys. I got a ton of requests to do them. They were a ton of fun to draw. And here we have the Dreepy line. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. And then we have Zorua. I can't pronounce these names, dude. And the one that evolves into. Here's Mudkip. There, I was wondering where he went, but there he is. He's right there. Everyone's favorite mud skipper. That was my first attempt at drawing Pikachu. And that's an angry snowflake man. This book might be filled up in its entirety. No, I think we only got a couple left. Okay. This is Axew's evolution line right here. We've got the 3 rock golems. I think I drew Regigigas later down the line. We got Porygon and its evolutions in shiny form. And the reason why I made them shiny is because my friend has all 3 shinies in Pokemon Go when I do not have any. And I have caught over 100 of these things. So it's just kind of like a friendly thing we got going on. Now we have essentially God of Pokemon, Arceus. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. And that one did pretty well too. Now we have, I don't really know what's going on here. I don't remember the name of the hammer one, and I know those are the evolutions, and they have all seen better days. Here we've got an ice bird, a lightning bird, and a rubber chicken. And I think, Groudon. I think I told the story of how I almost caught a Groudon, but it ran away in Pokemon Go. And I think that's the end. Yeah, that's the end. I didn't fill that book in its entirety yet, but we're getting ever so closer. But those are not the first Pokemon sketches I did. There's about 3 Pokemon books, but only some of them are filled up in their entirety. I know this book had a bunch of older sketches in it too, so you might see some of like my really bad looking JoJo OCs. So here we go. A bunch of X's. Nothing. Oh, that's my state. I live there. I live somewhere in there. You're not finding out where though. I'm kind of nervous to go through these pages now. Oh, okay. I see them on the other side, but is there anything worth looking at in this book? What about... There's a line. Okay, there's the... Okay, so this is an unlisted video. First, my friend wanted help on how to draw anime hair. And so I made like a little tutorial for him. It's called Drawing Advice for Cam. It's unlisted and only has 7 views because he's viewed it twice and I've viewed it 5 times. Here are my JoJo OCs. It's JoJo... Oh, I didn't even name him yet. And W. Dreamboat Annie and Bittersweet Symphony. Don't steal my OCs. I actually think the designs go kind of hard. But I don't remember ever making this. I don't know. I think the girl one looks cool. And then there's nothing after that. But you guys are here for Pokemon, not RGB's weird JoJo stuff. Okay. Actual Pokemon. Here we go. Here's a little promo thing. Every Pokemon, Kanto, Johto, and Hoenn, March 1st, 2025. Wow, that was so long ago, dude. It's August now. Okay. Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur. The first sketches we did. Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. Squirtle with a tattoo on his arm because I also have a tattoo on my arm. Wartortle, and Blastoise. Caterpie in a hat. Metapod. Butterfree. Weed. Cocoon. Bee. I am so tired. Okay. bird, large bird, and pitching. And that's everything in this book. This is not the best paper to draw on, but this book is technically the beginning of the Pokemon franchise for this channel. And now we've got more Pokemon. Here we go. I think these are the only two. Yep, okay, these are the only two. Shiny Hitmonlee and Shiny Hitmonchan. And Regigigas. And that's all on this one. Yeah. So I think we are about halfway through the books at this point. Yeah, okay. This one should also be fairly short. This is the One Piece book. And warning, these drawings are not very good. But there was a person on here who said they would subscribe if they drew Brook, the skeleton man. And I already drew... Oh my goodness. I already drew Brook. He's in here somewhere. So these sketches are not my best work. This is still in the channel, it's fairly early, so I plan on remastering all these at some point. Igster, I know about Robin. I know she looks like she has a pancake for her face. I will fix it. That's an inside joke because there was someone on this channel, Igster, who said, oh, you should probably fix that. I said, I will. To the person who requested Brook, here he is. Here's Buggy the Clown, and here's a very rough and ready looking Ace. Ace. Okay, Trafalgar Law and Jinbei. Jinbei actually looks good. And here's Shanks. I have nothing else to add. This is my friend's drawing of Mihawk. The marker bled through, unfortunately. This was before, though. He drew around that. This was the same person who drew Saitama earlier. And here is his amazing drawing of Ace. For every... Oh, yeah. Here we go. I think this is the last one. We have Yamato, and yeah, that's it. Yamato is the last one I've done, who is also my favorite JoJo, One Piece character. My thoughts... My brain is melting as we speak. This... Oh, here we go. This is the only thing I'm showing in this book. This is my friend's drawing of Dragona Joestar. I don't think there's anything else in this book that... Oh, okay. There's that, and that's all you get. But that's everything from that book. Now we've got the JoJo Extras book. And I promise we are almost done because this is a very long video. But hey, if you clicked on this, that means you like the sound of my voice and the drawings I do. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Extras. I will be doing battle tendencies soon. You can see that's part 2, though. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. This page fell out. I don't know why. See, pages fall out super easily in this book. So you have the Aztec Chief. I'm not reading all their names, but these are just all the extra characters, background characters that appeared in part 1. And here's page 2 of said book. So I can say I officially drew every single JoJo part 1 character. And if you want a sneak peek of part 2, that's all with the mustache. That's all you got. That's everything, but I promise you it will get done eventually. To the person who actually requested part 2, thank you. You revived my interest in JoJo again. Now, we've got fan requests. This series only ran for a little bit on this channel, and the reason was due to the fact that I just kind of stopped after a while. It was a very all over the place and sporadic series that didn't really have a lot going for it. So everything in this book was just whenever my viewers threw at me. Here's Bong Bong. Sorry for making you wait. I'm pretty sure Gary Gaming recommended this one. And there's Bong Bong in all her blue hair beauty. I think. I don't know. This was the first fan request we drew, and that was Iggy on Polnareff's face. And we got Banana Doppio. And my favorite sketch, Joe with ink smeared on it. Because of this, my pen broke. Because I threw it against the table. Okay, funny story about this one. I drew Peter Griffin because I had a contest going on where I was going to draw every character from a series, and one of them was Family Guy. This video got 15 likes and like 17 dislikes, and I saw that there were people upset because they thought I posted Family Guy compilations, like the shorts. No, I just drew the character. I mean, the drawing's not that terrible, right? We've also got Homer Simpson. And that was when I was doing the vote. I think that was when One Punch Man won. Yeah, see, because here's One Punch Man right here. And here's Chris. Hi, Chris. Someone asked me what makes me happy, and they said I should draw what makes me happy, so I drew the Beatles, my favorite band of all time. Here we go. Here's South Park. I want to draw more South Park characters. I got the Fractured But Whole video game, and I have enjoyed every second of it. So I'll be drawing more South Park soon. Someone asked for Terrence and Phillip, and I was like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it. This is when I was asked to draw a block of cheese, a bug, and Wallace and Gromit. So I decided to combine all three, and I think it, for what I had to do, it turned out pretty well. I don't know what that is, but that is very scary. We've got Sonic wearing a Mario hat. And we've got, what is your name? Don Quixote from Limbus Company. I think there was another character from Limbus Company I was asked to draw, but I didn't do him yet. Here's the Hayato meme, but replaced with the name of the person who asked me to draw him. And here's Lacey from Lacey's Game. I think that's a Roblox game. I never played it, so I had no idea. And this is why I started to draw the Battle for Dream Island cast. And I'm going to be doing something with BFDI in the future. This request was from my cousin, where I was asked to draw a Stuka World War II bomber plane. And then someone asked me to draw a square. My viewers will ask me for anything. I don't know. What is that? You know what? Best guess wins. I got no clue. Oh, here's the fish de Polnareff. That one. Remember when that French fish took over the internet? I'm losing my sanity over this damn fish. You and me both. I drew that fish because everybody was in love with Les Passions de Steve, so I made French de Polnareff fish. Yeah, that's where that came from. Darth Vader. For May the 4th be with you. People did not like Star Wars on this channel because that video did not do well at all. But hey, I was proud of it. And then here's a Throwback Thursday I forgot to do earlier. Steamboat Willie. And I think that's it. Is that it? That might... Oh, yeah, well. Fan requests, that's everything. Now, I wasn't actually going to bring this one into the video, but I did leave a few drawings and... Pikachu, and I think you'll find Luffy somewhere in this book. Let's see if I can get lucky and find it. Oh, here we go. Ugh. This is the book that I found at the dollar store, where it's oh, you can draw manga too. And everyone in the comments was like, I should eat the book. 10,000 likes and I'll eat the book. That'll never happen. Okay, we are near the end now. Oh my god, how many Pokemon books are there? Okay. This is my first long-form video. This is when I drew the ending panel from Stone Ocean. It has its problems, particularly these two faces, but I still think for what I did back then and my skills and everything else, all things considered, it turned out very well. So this art will always hold a special place in my heart because of that. And also, it was my first long-form video. We've got a few Pokemon pages that fell out, so we're just going to lightning round through... Oh my goodness, we're going to lightning round through all these. Side note, these do have some of my actual school homework on them, but I don't think it's any information that'll dox me or whatever. So we got Sandshrew and Sandslash, Sparrow and Pharaoh. Okay, so the reason why you probably don't recognize any of these is because these were a bunch of sketches I did, because I did all these in rapid fire succession, and they looked really bad. This is what I tried to pass off as a Pikachu. And that's why I tried to pass off as a Raichu. And then I realized I probably shouldn't rush through this. The Rattata and Raticate look acceptable. I don't remember if I posted that one or not, but... This is midterm review homework for electrical stuff. If you want to learn about that, you got PNP, NPN, positive, negative, positive. You don't care about that. Here's a JoJo character-esque style. And he goes, this guy is not related to my notes. I just felt like drawing him. Yeah, there you go. He's right near bipolar junction transistors. I'm sure he's having a blast. This is just random papers I found with writing on them. This has notes on what a diode and a rectifier are, as well as that. And it also has, wait for it, the number 7. Today's video is brought to you by the number 7. always count on the number 7 for coming in clutch for finding out what comes after 6. Okay, dumb joke over. I think this is almost the end of the Pokemon stuff. We've got the first 4 evolutions. And Vaporeon is my favorite because that's the first one I got in Pokemon Go. No other reasons. You dirty-minded freaks. Oh boy, I'm really starting to hurt in this chair, folks. So let's wrap this up, shall we? We've got the Dio walking panel. Now this in it of itself could just be framed artwork and I'd be fine with it. The detail this took. This was completely free-handed, by the way. You can kind of tell with like little aspects like this, but I was beyond proud of this. This was the first one I did for the long form video. This is the God and L panel where he's making the damn Daniel face. And then this is the part 2 of the Dio things. Like when you connect them, it makes one large art piece. It's the meme template. But I really do like how the Dio one turned out. So I'll probably be framing that. I believe this is the last Pokemon book and there's only like 3 pages. Oh, only one. Only one. Okay, you all know who it is? Oh, wait. Whoa. What is this? What is this? This was a postcard from my grandma's house where I drew Pink Dark Boy. I didn't know that was in there. That wasn't planned. I'm not that smart. I got the Rock and Rolla line. I completely messed up the color scheme. I still like Rock and Rolla. He's a cool little dude. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired, but I've only got 1 book left, and that's what I'm going to show you all. But first, this is an actual list that I use for when I draw every single character in JoJo. You can see like how many I started with and how many I left. It kind of bleeds through, but like I have all the friggin' spin-off characters, all the Spoke Kashibe Rohan characters, that guy, part 3, everything else. As far as I'm aware, this is fairly updated, but this is the list I follow. You can see like what parts I've pretty much wiped out in its entirety, like part 3, part 9 is pretty much done. Part 6 I barely even touched. So this is just the list I use. And finally, we have sketches that have never actually been seen on this channel. The final book, everything I've done. Here we go. This is back when I had my 1900 subscriber Q&A, and this is when I was going to answer questions and draw things. So we've got Hatsune Miku Jack Black. You people concern me. And we got Dante from Limbus Company. That was the other character somebody wanted me to draw. It also indented the paper, you can kind of see. And that is Carpen. That's a sketch I did for a friend, but we're going to skip over that. I don't know what I'm going to find in this book. Oh, okay, cool. I guess I'm just coming across this. So this was, in the Q&A video, I mentioned making a JoJo stand, and I wanted it to look like that. That's some scribbles. And, no, I think I finished everything. So, there's that guy. I don't know what he does. So this was going to be a sketch I did with the JoJolian cast. And that is from a Billy Joel album cover. It's on screen somewhere. And I never got around to actually doing that. So maybe I'll do that for a video. And then we have another Hot Pants drawing. Is there anything else after this? Okay, wow, that's brutal. Oh, that's when I did the art drawing. And then there's a bonus thing at the very end. So this is when I remastered the Hot Pants sketch. And, if it wasn't obvious, I am unhealthily obsessed with her, and I'm not looking forward to watching her die in the anime. This is when I drew Jonathan Joestar for a 3rd time. I was originally going to draw all 9 JoJos, like Araki did. I never got around to finishing it. I only finished Jonathan, and I was going to film it. So if you want to see me do that, let me know in the comments. Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. I think I finally finished everything. I wouldn't be shocked if this video was like 45 minutes to an hour long. I mean, shoot, I literally spent like 20 minutes looking through one book. So ladies and gentlemen, that is every single sketch on this channel. Everything I've ever done. I'm going to take some well-deserved rest. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's anything else you want me to draw, please help this collection grow. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I don't normally say that. It's a special occasion. All right. Bye-bye now.